What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our video. Today we are doing what if Marvel characters had Infinity Stones. So, ground rules first. We will not be doing repeats for any stone. So if one character fits a certain stone, there's no repeats of them on a different stone. We will not be doing cosmic entities because obviously they would have every stone. They're gods. But we are doing, like, Asgardian gods. We're just not doing cosmic gods. Confused yet? Good. If we haven't even started. This is the Infinity Circuit, and the thing that is going to be the baseline of everything that I make this list on. All 6 Infinity Stones line up in this circuit perfectly. On their own, the stones provide great power, but when combined, they form a circuit, a positive feedback loop, granting the user infinite power. So, the Space Stone, we're just going to start from the bottom, because that's where my list starts. We have 2 slides per stone, and we have the main, like, most, like, suited for the stone, and then we have the, a couple of, whatever, what, I can't think of the word. It'll come to me. Like, they don't, honorable mentions. That's the one. Alright, so, Space Stone. So how this works, how the Infinity Circuit works, is that you have mastery over, say you have mastery over the Power Stone. Or mastery over power in general without the stone. That means that you have complete mastery powered by the user's mastery of power can allow teleportation through space. Time. Powered by the user's mastery of space can allow a person to travel through time. Powered by a user's mastery of time can allow a person to access to the multiverse. Powered by the user's mastery of reality can per the soul to allow for life after death. Powered by the user's mastery of soul can grant telepathic or intelligence. Powered by the user's mastery of mind can you make a person more physically powerful. Not the only thing the Power Stone does, though. Just got it? Good, because I'm not explaining it again. So first, we'll start with the Space Stone. And who better... So basically, if you have a mastery over power, you'll have a good time having the Space Stone. And would you look at that? Who would have expected it? Yeah, it's just these guys. Oh, shit. It's just Hulk, Red Hulk, She-Hulk, and Red She-Hulk. Yes, Red She-Hulk is a thing. Next up, I'm not coming back to this, so lock it into your memory. For the Time Stone. Her. I'm not going to try and pronounce that last name. So, if you've watched Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, she is the crux. She travels through space all the time. And now she will have mastery over time. And, of course, the Watchers, obviously, they watch people through. So, ever seen What If? Dude, that man is in between time itself. Or not time, in between space itself. He is outside of the... And yes, these are not all-powerful cosmic entities. No, these are literally the first, intelligent life in the universe. They are... Try, like, how, technologically advanced humans will be in about 10 trillion years. Yeah. If we don't all kill each other before that. But you know. Next up, reality. Yes, I'm not joking. So we've got Loki because this is base Loki solely because he has mastery over space, which means he has mastery over time, which means he has mastery over reality because he held the Tesseract for so long. I know he had the other stone in his staff too, but I'd say this Tesseract is more him. Honorable mention, Strange Supreme, because he had the Time Stone in his eye of Agamotto for so long. And does in Marvel Rivals. The Mind Stone. No, the Soul Stone. This is the Soul Stone. The next one's the Mind Stone. The Soul Stone. Scarlet Witch, obviously. Bender of reality itself, obviously. Next is the Void and Spectre. Sentry, not Spectre. I'm an idiot. My Sentry. The Void. Did you see the Thunderbolts? That man was turning people to shadows. You say he doesn't have a mastery over reality? And by extension, Sentry. The Mind Stone. Why Adam Warlock? That guy doesn't even have a soul in some iterations of his character. No. In the comics, that man has had the Soul Stone embedded in his forehead like Vision for about 30 years. He has a mastery over the soul. Nice voice crack, CJ. Next honorable mention is Carnage and this guy, which I'll get some. His name is Kid Kaiju. So we got Carnage because him and Cletus Cassidy have a 100% bond in their symbiote transformation. So if you watch the Venom movie, there's people under 50% get swallowed whole and just like the failed tests. Anyone over 50% can access into the symbiote's power, but the symbiote kind of controls it more. 100% means that your body can stretch into ways that a human body should not stretch. And this is Kid Kaiju. Someone who has genuinely been able to create life. And I don't mean by the normal human way of creating life. He made and gave souls to each of these 5 monsters and another that died. So, yeah. Next up, the Power Stone, or the Mind Stone, or any telepath. Literally, all telepaths. Mastery over the mind gives you mastery of power. Also, this is our last stone, so short video, I know. So, thank you guys for watching. I know CJ lied. This is the true Infinity Circuit. Created by Fan Theory, this is not canon. But there is currently 7 Infinity Stones. Oh, but CJ, there's 8 Infinity Stones on here. Yeah. Marvel does not do anything when happening with 7 or 6. They only do things. There are 8 functional gods of the multiverse. Each one corresponds with one of the stones here on this list. And there are 8 iterations of the universe, or of the multiverse in Marvel. We're on the 8th iteration. So, and because there are 2 stones on here that I had not covered yet, the Death Stone. But if you have mastery over power, you have mastery over death. But the Power Stone does not only give you physical strength, it also is a battery. It is constant energy at a near infinite degree. And who better to have power of energy than Cyclops himself? And Remy LeBeau. And finally, oh yeah, currently Hank Pym is the guy who not Hank Pym. Is it Hank Pym? No, it's not. The guy, the Shield agent who really likes superheroes in the MCU, currently holds the Death Stone. Oh, I forgot to say a rule. Yeah, some of you might have noticed that I didn't use any Infinity Watch members. Yeah, obviously, it's a cop-out answer. Next up, the Life Stone. Or the Echo Stone, depending on how nerdy you are. But this is not the Echo Stone. The Echo Stone is just also white. If you want me to do another video on all of the retconned Infinity Stones, I will gladly do it. This video took me like 5 hours to research for, so I will gladly do it again, though. This guy, you might recognize him. Let me just explain, what he is. He's an Inhuman. He doesn't have, like, a superhero name. He's not a superhero. He is Inhuman. And if you know what an Inhuman is, it's basically, well, a good way to describe it for new people is that they're basically the copies of the X-Men trying to take over the X-Men. Their lore, they're almost as old as, if not older, than X-Men. As a whole. These guys date back to, like, original Fantastic Four series. But why am I saying this? This guy is the son of an Inhuman woman and Thanos. This man's Thanos, kid! And this hand, his left hand, if he touches someone, they instantly fall over dead. Now, wouldn't you think, oh, that means that this hand means that they have life powers and can touch. Nope. This one is, how do I put this? Never-ending death. Is basically how to describe this. He touches someone with his right hand. I don't think he can turn this power off, by the way. He touches someone with his right hand, and they instantly get basically encased in cryogenic chambers for the rest of eternity. Also, a good way to describe it is they get encased in amber, because that's what it looks like in comics. Is they look like they're encased in amber whenever he uses their power. And who else? Better, this is my better, but here's the honorable mention for the Life Stone being someone whose title is one of the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse, and his name is Death. Let me just let that sink in for a second. Let me just explain his power, because that's the only thing I know about him. His wiki page is not that long. I just went to his power. He is one of 4 kids, of one person, and each of them are one of the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse. Not that apocalypse, the other apocalypse. So his power is he looks at someone and they turn to ash. That's it. Nothing special. That's literally it. His power is that he's got Superman laser vision that instead of drilling holes through people, turns them to dust. I'm pretty sure you can turn it on and off, but if you can't, that's awesome. And that is actually the last slide. Except, no, I'm joking. Thank you guys for watching. CJ, signing off. Bye.